Coming up on this week's headline news, Hurricane Ian leaves millions of Floridians without power.
Russia plans to annex 4 regions of Ukraine.
Iranians' protests grow in intensity. Stay tuned and informed on this week's headline news. Hi, I'm Brendan.
And I'm TJ. And thank you for tuning in to JBCN Headline News.
Hurricane Ian touched down in Florida on September 28th. The Category 4 hurricane swept through Florida, leaving an approximate 2.67 million without power. We are seeing flooding so powerful, Florida citizens are trapped in their homes. In a press conference on Thursday morning, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis said this about rescue efforts.
In the very wee hours of the morning, first responders from the local, state, and federal level descended on Southwest Florida. The Coast Guard has been performing rescue missions on the barrier islands consistently since the wee hours of the morning. We have Florida Guard assets on the ground participating in efforts, and we have our USAR teams who they got there even while the winds were going. They wanted to get in there, get on the ground across Alligator Alley, and they are performing rescue efforts, again, starting with those barrier islands, but also looking at the places that had the most inland flooding, and these operations are ongoing. In total, there's 28 large, mostly Chinooks and Blackhawks helicopters between the National Guard and Coast Guard that are already performing these active rescue missions, and there will be more air assets brought in as the day goes on. We've also been working with hospitals overnight who've been on generator power. We're in the process of evacuating 2 healthcare facilities to safer locations north. We're also surging more medical personnel into the area.
Also on Thursday, President Biden approved the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, to provide care at its own discretion to the state of Florida.
In other news, Russia announced its plans to annex 4 regions of Ukraine on Friday. The regions Zaporizhia, Kherson, Donetsk, and Luhansk have been occupied by the Russian government. At this time, Ukrainian President Zelensky called a meeting of the National Security and Defense Council to respond to the planned annexation.
On September 13th, in Tehran, Iran, Masha Amini and her brother were confronted and detained by the country's guidance patrol for allegedly not complying with country's dress code. After being detained, she was transferred to a hospital where she was pronounced dead. Iranian officials claim her death was due to sudden onset heart failure, but her family refuses to accept that. They, along with many in Iran, believe her death is due to misconduct by the hands of the guidance patrol.
After the story went viral, protests against the guidance patrol have sparked all over Iran. It is hard to get reliable and credible information on these protests out of Iran right now due to the Iranian government shutting down internet access. What we do know is protesters are being attacked and arrested.
This is a developing story, and we will keep you updated. Thank you for watching.